Boston starter Aaron Seeley was out to keep the Sox in the postseason race, mowing down 7 Tigers in his 5 1/3 innings. And all 13 Tigers would take a seat via the strikeout. The Red Sox find themselves 5.5 games back in the wild card race and need to take advantage of the spiraling Detroiters. The Sox have been the hottest of all the wild card contenders since the All-Star break and look to make it 2 straight next. From the corner in downtown Detroit, Pass Sports presents live coverage of Detroit Tigers baseball. Tonight, the Tigers host Mo Vaughn and the Boston Red Sox in the second game of a 3-game series. Hi again, good lookers. Jim Price is with us. My name is Ernie Harwell. We've got a beautiful night here at the corner. The Tigers and the Bostons going at in game number 2 of the 3-game set. The Tigers now have dropped to 100 games. And they've lost their last 10, so they've got to do a little bit better. But the law of averages is with the Tigers tonight, believe me. Okay. And the Cleveland Indians are happy, I guess, Jim. They clinched that Central Division again, and they've got quite a ball club.
Yeah, first time in their franchise history that they won back-to-back championships, clinching the American League Central last night. 91-59, 12 games over the Chicago White Sox, and then 17 games back the Minnesota Twins and Milwaukee and Kansas City. But that Cleveland ball club is at it once again. AL West looks like this. Texas leading Seattle by 4 games. Then Oakland and California both have dropped out. But Seattle with an outside chance still. But Texas looks awfully strong going down the wire.
Well, we've got another division to talk about, the one the Tigers happen to be in, and Baltimore and the Yankees are having a little fun now. They got rained out last night, but it might be interesting if the Birds can come up with something.
Well, they're going to have to make that game up as we take a look at the East right now. The Yankees lead Baltimore by 3 games. Boston 8.5 back, so it's a race between New York and Baltimore, and you know, they control their own destiny because they're going to play the Yankees for the next 3 or 4 games, and Baltimore has a chance to even that score pretty quickly. The stretch run, best since All-Star break, none other than the team the Tigers are playing tonight. Boston, they really got hot there for a while, then Baltimore right behind them, Minnesota and Seattle. Now let's take a look at the American League wild card. Baltimore is leading the wild card race. Seattle 3 games back, Chicago 3.5, and this very same Boston team 5.5 games back. So anybody's choice for that wild card as it stands right now. Starting pitchers for tonight, I guess you could call the young and the old. Ernie, Boston sending Roger Clemens, the great Roger Clemens. Sometimes the word great is used the way it shouldn't be, but in Roger Clemens' case, he is a great pitcher. And Justin Thompson, part of the future for the Detroit Tigers, who has struggled a little bit his last couple outings, but hopefully tonight he can turn that around. And here's the lineup that Justin will be facing tonight for Boston. Leading off and playing second base will be Jeff Fry. Batting second, Nomar Garcia-Pera. He'll bat second. In third spot, the big man for Boston, Mo Vaughn. Jose Canseco will be in the cleanup spot, just off the disabled list last night. John Valentin will follow him. Then the veteran Mike Greenwell. Former Detroit property Rudy Pepperton will follow Greenwell, and batting 8th will be the catcher Bill Hasselman, and Darren Bragg will bat 9th for Boston.
Now let's take a break, and then we'll be back to Tiger Stadium with more Tiger baseball on Pass.
Detroit Tiger Baseball on Pass Sports, brought to you by Office Depot. Taking care of business for companies of every size, everywhere, every day. By your Michigan Toyota dealers, where customer satisfaction is guaranteed. And by your local Michigan and Northwest Ohio cable television company.
Glad to have you back with us at Tiger Stadium. The Bengals have taken the field and will be ready for tonight's action momentarily. For the Tigers tonight defensively, we'll start in the outfield. It'll be Higginson, Barty, and Melvin Nieves in right field. In the infield, Nevin at third, Travis at short. Trammell gets the start at second base. Tony Clark at first base behind the plate. Brad Osmus. Doing the pitching tonight, Justin Thompson. Justin 1-5 on the year with a 4.20 ERA. He has pitched 45 innings for the Tigers, given up 41 hits, 21 earned runs. He has struck out 24. He has walked 24 and struck out 36. So Justin Thompson, who is looking to snap a 3-game losing streak, starting for the Tigers tonight, Ernie.
And each manager has shuffled the lineup a little bit, especially Mr. Kennedy of Boston with the left-hander going. He has moved him around a lot in the batting order. Jeff Fry, the second baseman, will lead it off for the Bostons. He's hitting .296. He has 4 home runs. And we're ready to go with the game's first pitch from Thompson. And it's a ball high, ball 1. 70 degrees here at game time and a big wind coming in from left field. There's a ball inside on Fry, 2-0 on the leadoff hitter. There's a breeze as indicated by the banners. Strike on the inside corner. Mr. McClellan's a very deliberate call. Like the ball players, the umpires have their individual mannerisms and styles. There's a pop-up out toward the middle of the diamond. Trammell at second base makes the catch for the out.
Well, Ernie, the wind tonight is blowing very similar to the way it did last night. Again, a good pitcher's win. There were a couple of fly balls hit last night that would probably have been home runs if it wasn't for the wind.
And I think it's even a little stronger tonight than it was yesterday. Here are the other umpires. Tim McClellan back at the plate. Tim Cheetah at first. John Shulock at second. And Ed Hickox is behind third. Garcia Parra, the batter now, a .220 hitter. Just brought up from Pawtucket the end of last month. He takes the ball. Young man from Las Vegas, born in Whitaker, California. 23 years old.
There's the skipper, Buddy Bell. Ron Oster next to him as bench coach.
Here's the other side with Mr. Kennedy. Tim Johnson is his bench coach to his left, and Sammy Ellis to his right, the pitching coach. 2-0 the count. So Justin's been behind 2-0 on each of the first 2 hitters. He got the first one Fry on a pop-up. It's a strike, 2-1. Now this is only the 3rd year in organized ball for Garcia Parra, and he takes one low, 3-1.
This Red Sox organization likes this young man, Ernie. He has good range, and they feel eventually be able to swing a good bat, but he attacks the ball.
Fouls this one away, and the count will be full on him. 1 out, nobody on. We're in the 1st inning. The game has just started. The leadoff man Fry popped the second. Justin Thompson, the young man from Houston, Texas. There's a high foul out of play. It'll be back into the upper deck and right.
In his last outing against the Yankees, he went 4 2/3 innings, but he walked 5. That was really his downfall in that ball game. Gave up 6 hits and 5 earned runs over that span.
Garcia Parra takes. It's a high one. He's on with a walk. A man on and the man out for Mo Vaughn, who's been moved into the number 3 slot for tonight's contest. 41 home runs for the big guy and 134 in the RBI column. Dave Oliver, the third base coach.
Well, you talk about an offensive machine. Big Mo is that. Standing off the plate a little bit more tonight than he did last night.
And it's a breaking ball to hit the target, strike 1. They've overshifted on Mo with only one man on the left side. That's Nevin, who is the third baseman, but actually playing shortstop right now. One and one, the count on Vaughn. Garcia Parra at first base.
See, under a normal stance for Mo Vaughn, his hands would actually be on the inside part of the plate. But as we took a look from that from our center field camera there, you can see how far back off the plate he is tonight against Justin Thompson, the left-hander.
Runner goes. He got a good jump, and he makes it easily with a stolen base.
Well, he not only got a good jump, he picked the right pitch to go on, a breaking ball. There you see there the high leg kick and the good jump by the runner at first, and good throw into second base, but Garcia Parra with his first stolen base of the year.
1 ball, 2 strikes. That's the count. It's even on Mo, 2-2.
They try to pitch Mo in tight. You notice Brad Ausmus that time move inside. He a lot like a lot of the power hitters, Cecil Fielder and so forth, like to extend those arms, and they like the ball out over the plate. So you try to tie him up with good stuff inside.
Now it's a full count, and Ausmus wants a conference with his young left-hander.
Well, what you want to watch early with Justin Thompson, a young, strong kid, is that he doesn't try to overthrow. And when pitches are upstairs for the most part, he might be trying to overthrow, and Brad may be out there to try to settle him down a little bit. It's early in the ball game, and a youngster like Justin, full of pep of energy, so they want to try to settle him down a little bit.
No score, first inning. Managed second, 1 out. Vaughn waits on a 3-2 delivery, and that one hit the bat and ricocheted away into foul territory.
Well, that's a break for Justin. The ball looked like it hit the barrel of the bat, and that probably would have been ball 4.
There's a shot up the middle, the glove by the shortstop Fryman, and gunned over to Tony Clark. Ordinarily that would have been a base hit, but Fryman played it perfectly.
Well, they chart all the hitters. They have advanced scouts, and that's why they do that. This ball is a bullet up the middle, but right to Travis, and an easy out at first base. He looked at making the play at third base, but he wanted to be sure to get the sure out. That's why he went to first base.
And Garcia Parra moved easily to third on the bounce out. Here Canseco, who came back in action last night, coming off the disabled list, and he takes the ball high.
And actually knocked in the winning run last night with a bases loaded walk.
With all the time he missed, Jose still has 28 home runs. Infield back now, 2 out, a man at third. No score, first inning. And the breaking ball gets over for a strike. 1-1 on Canseco.
Well, that's a good sign from Justin early in the game. That was a all-speed breaking pitch. It had a lot of bite to it.
Canseco just a while back had back surgery.
There you see, he took something off of it. Perfect pitch, went down 10 inches.
High fly hit down the line, and left may go foul. Yep, it will. 1-2 the count on him.
Yeah, you know, Ernie, if Canseco could have stayed healthy, hard telling what kind of numbers he could have put up throughout his career, but he's had injury problems throughout his career.
There's a foul fly that will drift down toward the bullpen and be out of play in the seats, and then drop into the bullpen.
First error of the ball game.
Major League scouts did not even file a report, the Major League Scouting Bureau, when this young man played down in Miami. But Camilo Pascual found him and signed him. There's a pitch in too close.
And what a play by Brad Ausmus, saving a run. .23 pitches already in this ball game for Justin. That's a lot.
2-2 pitch. He is wide, and the count is full on Canseco.
Like to see him give him that off-speed breaking pitch again.
Ground ball to third. Nevin, a long throw to Clark, and the inning is over. At the end of a half inning, no score.
Well, the young left-hander threw a lot of pitches, but he was able to keep the Boston Red Sox off the home plate area. So all in all, a good start for Justin. Leading off and playing left field would be Bobby Higginson. Batting second at second base tonight, Alan Trammell. Ruben Sierra will be the DH and bat third. Tony Clark will be in the cleanup position. He'll be followed by Travis Ryman. Then Melvin Nieves will bat sixth. Phil Nevin will bat seventh. Brad Osmus will follow him, and Kamira Barti will be in the ninth spot for the Tigers. Defensively for Boston, it'll be Greenwell, Bragg, and Rudy Pemberton in the outfield. In the infield, it'll be Valentin, Garcia Parra, Fry, Vaughn, Bill Hasselman. Doing the catching and doing the pitching tonight, Roger Clemens. And what can you say about Roger Clemens other than he's just been a great pitcher for a long time? 9-12 this year, 3.82 ERA. He's pitched 219 innings. He's walked 98, and he has 219 strikeouts. And Terry Francona talks about Roger Clemens.
When you say great, and when you look at longevity, and you can say a lot of things about him, let's just hope they don't come true tonight. This guy's given the Red Sox a lot of good years. He still throws hard, probably not like he used to, but he's come up with a split finger. He's got that breaking ball. He's got good, when he has good command, boy, he's really tough. He can throw in, he can throw the ball away. He's one of the better pitchers to ever pitch this, to play this game, and we're going to have to really go some. We're going to have to make him throw a lot of pitches, because sometimes the best way to beat him is to get him out of there.
Roger Clemens, that's what he did his last start against Chicago, where he picked up the win. 7 innings, 7 hits, 5 earned runs. He walked 4 and he struck out 4. Now, his career lifetime is outstanding, 191 and 110 losses. And looking tonight to tie the great Cy Young, Ernie, as the all-time winningest pitcher for the Boston Red Sox. There's his record against the Tigers, but he has so many records. He, like so many of the great players, Ernie, when you look in the press guide, have a lot of pages in that press guide.
Well, I think you can capsule it by saying he's a 3-time Cy Young Award winner. That's a pretty good start right there for this 34-year-old right-hander. And at the moment, he has the leadership in strikeouts in the American League with 219, despite the fact that he's 34 years old.
Right. Well, when you look at his lifetime record, there you see 66 career games with 10+ strikeouts, but 191 and 110 losses with a 3.07 ERA. That is mighty good for that long a time.
Bobby Higginson will be the first test for the Rocket Man, Roger Clemens. Bobby batting .320 and in the leadoff spot tonight. He's had 24 home runs and 75 runs batted in. So the Rocket ready to go to work. And we're scoreless in the last half of the first. There's the fastball that's so characteristic of him, hitting the outside corner for a strike. In close on Bobby, and the count even 1-1.
Well, Bobby Higginson back in the leadoff spot for the Tigers. No matter where Buddy puts him, he seems to doesn't bother him at all. Doesn't matter if it's 4th or 5th or 2nd or 1st.
Roger is high and outside. The count is 2-1 on Higginson. Clemens was born in Dayton, Ohio. Lived there for a while, then moved to Texas. And remember, came out of the University of Texas. Didn't take him long to make it to the big team. Second year in the Boston system, he was up with the parent team. Fouled away. 2-2 the count on Higginson.
Well, you heard Terry Francona talk about his different pitches now. He used to be just a hard thrower, fastball, and a breaking ball, and an occasional changeup, but now he's added a split finger, and it has been a good pitch for him the last couple of years.
Ground ball, big hop, second baseman Fry over to Mo Vaughn, and there's one up and one down in the scoreless first inning. Alan Trammell, the Tiger veteran, is stepping in. Alan batting .231.
Ernie, he's had a good career against Roger Clemens, batting .371 lifetime. 23 for 62. So one big reason he's in the lineup tonight.
It's the ball on Tram, ball one.
And when you think about that lifetime batting average against this great pitcher, that tells you how good a hitter Tram was, because that was during his heyday.
Deep shortstop off the glove of Garcia Parra. It'll be a single for Trammell.
Would have been a tough play for Garcia Parra, unable to come up with it. Had that top spin on it, but the ball would have been in the hole, and he'd had a throw on the run, which would have been a difficult play with Tram getting on first base with a base hit.
Ruben Sierra, the Tiger DH, batting in the number 3 slot, will be up now against Roger Clemens. No score, first inning, man on for the Tigers, one man down. There's a ball in tight on him. Still daylight here at 7:23 at the corner. Clear skies and the breeze coming in from the north. That's from left field. Moved him back 2-0 on Ruben. Trammell at first. Mo Vaughn holding with him. There's a strike, 2-1.
Good fastball on the outside part of the plate to Sierra.
Did he go? Yes, he did. That's a strike. 2-2.
Ruben with a pinch hit last night to drive in 2 runs. In fact, that tied the ball game up at that junction of the game.
One on, one out, no score in the last half of the first at Tiger Stadium. Full count. Tony Clark. Trammell's going, and a swing and a miss, but Trammell steals second. Each team with a stolen base here in the first inning. 2 down for Tony Clark with Trammell at second.
Well, here it is, a good split finger that Hasselman had a little trouble getting out of his glove, but Tram had a pretty good start, and he had a difficult time throwing him out anyway. So stolen base for Trammell.
.246 hitter Tony Clark.
Say he's got a good split finger tonight. That's the pitch we talk about as we take a look at the rankings of the Rocket. Number 1 in strikeouts, 5th in innings pitched, 3rd batting average against him, and ERA 7th, the 3.82. Roger Clemens.
1-1 they count on Tony Clark,
Now he becomes a free agent at the end of the year, talking about Roger Clemens. So this possibly could be the last time Tiger fans here in Detroit will see Roger Clemens. He may end up in Houston or someplace closer to home, Ernie.
Quite likely. Tony waiting, 1-1 delivery. It's the target, 1 ball 2 strikes on Tony Clark.
Looking at the spot where his home run went out on Sunday, right there. A mighty blast.
Got him with the good fastball, and at the end of 1, it's scoreless.
Terry Francona talked about the kids and all the strikeouts.
Not only young players, all players.
Yeah.
When you're struggling a little bit, you want to do too much. And I think that's a good trait, but it's not helping us win right now. They're trying to do too much. They're trying to get a home run instead of a single. They're trying to get 2 hits in 1 at-bat. It's because they're conscientious, and that's a good quality, but we need to fall back a little bit. And like you said, swing at strikes, get base hits, get runners on, and it'll get contagious.
John Valentin will lead off for the Red Sox. We've got a scoreless tie. We're in the 2nd inning. Valentin, a .297 hitter, playing third base in this series. And Justin Thompson goes to work in the 2nd. Delivers a strike. After Valentin, it'll be Mike Greenwell and then Rudy Pemberton. Strike 2. He's gotten the first 2 into the strike zone.
Another good year for Valentin.
Little pop fly back at short. Fryman drifting back and makes the catch for the out.
Ernie, want to wish a happy birthday to Samuel Stote. He's 100 years old today. Tiger fan all his life. Samuel Stote, S-T-O-U-T-E. How about that?
That's great. And I've got a belated birthday wish for Rosalind Russo of Raisinville Township. We got the notice a little bit late, but we appreciate her loyalty and support over the years. Here's Greenwell batting .276, and it is a strike on Mike.
What did Greenwell have 9 runs driven in the game up in Seattle?
Yep.
Just after he got
Pretty
off
good
the
production.
disabled list. Yeah, pretty good week for most people.
2 strikes the count on him.
Take a look at this last pitch, the cut fastball. Boy, perfect location. Great angle from Justin that time. And
He got him with a hook down and away. That's the first strikeout for young Mr. Thompson. Now we'll see a former Tiger, Rudy Pemberton. He was with the Tigers.
Boy,
back in '95.
That was a great curveball as we take a look at it on supervision. And I'm talking about a nasty curveball. It went down 10 inches, and that was a quick breaker. 6 straight strikes thrown by Justin this inning.
Rudy batting at .333 in the short stay with Boston. No home runs, 4 runs batted in. They brought him up from Pawtucket, where he batted at .326. Had been at Oklahoma City for a while in the Texas system. Here's a strike called.
Well, he's got a great curveball tonight.
Pemberton, you may remember, was the outfielder for the Tigers in their 1995 opening day. And he takes a wide one, 2-1 from Justin. No score. We're in the 2nd inning. Boston batting. Fouled away. Justin walked the man in the opening inning. He got all the way to 3rd, didn't score. Wide to Pemberton. Full count. ball up the middle, through for a hit. That's the first Boston hit. Pemberton on with a 2-out single in the second. Hasselman will be the batter. Totals even now. No runs, 1 hit, no errors on each side. We're in the second inning. Rudy Pemberton, before he came up to the Tigers, a pretty good base stealer in their minor league system. Strike called on Hasselman. There's another strike. 2 quick ones on him. Ground ball left side, base hit. Pemberton checks in and holds at second.
Well, that's a no-no. Ahead in the count, 0-2, and a fastball out over the plate. Brad Ausmus had called for a fastball, but he wanted it inside. He wanted to move him off the plate a little bit, but Brad out now talking to Justin about that last pitch. That's a no-no. Now look where the ball is. You saw where Brad was. Out over the plate. You young pitchers out there, when you're ahead in the count, it's in your favor. Don't give in to the hitter. Work the hitter.
2 on, 2 out for the Red Sox. Game scoreless, second inning. Darren Bragg, who led off in last night's game, batting number 9 in this one, hitting .263. And he looks at a strike.
Ernie, I've known some managers, if you give up a base hit with a count 0-2, you had a healthy fine after the ball game.
And it's in there again. 2 quick strikes.
Well, I think what has happened, because they've taken a lot of fastballs, is he's established that curveball already. And you know, they can see from the bench what's been going on, and the guys that have seen it are coming back and say, boy, you better be ready. He's got a nasty breaking ball tonight.
Well, let's see what it'll get now. It's strike 2. Fouled away. That's Pemberton, the man at second for Boston. Hasselman at first base. Game scoreless. We're in the Red Sox second inning at Tiger Stadium. Strike 2 pitch to Darren Bragg. Breaking ball on away, 1-2. Miss with the fastball, 2-2.
Yeah, this is the pitch he wants to get him on. He doesn't want to go to 3-2 where the runners will be off with the pitch. Here is the pitch he wants.
Little chopper hit on the ground to Justin Thompson. Throw to first to Tony Clark, and they're out. Tigers bat in the second. It's still scoreless.
This now, Tiger Baseball on Pass Sports is brought to you by the employees of Avis. We're into the future, into it now, and we're trying harder than ever. That's Avis.
Scoreless tie. The Rocket Man, Roger Clemens, ready to face Travis Fryman, the Tiger shortstop, leading off in this scoreless second inning.
Travis batting .200 lifetime against Roger, 7 for 35.
Breeze picking up and gusting a little bit here at the corner. Mr. Clemens ready to go into action. Ball one on the fastball.
While we were away, we were talking about, Ernie and I were talking about that no-hitter in Colorado last night. Neomo threw a no-hitter against the Colorado Rockies there. That takes some doing.
Just shows you if you can do it, you can do it anywhere.
Yeah, you can do it there. The way the ball jumps out there, you're doing something.
Want to know the count on Travis. Fouled away. That'll be upstairs, out of play.
And good to see Lansing John Schmaltz picks up another win. 22 for him on the year.
Another foul out of play. He didn't get around on that fastball. Tigers got a single from Trammell in the opening inning. He stole second. That's the only damage they did against the Clemens in the first. Now going at him in the second. 1-2 the count on Fryman. 2-2.
Boy, Clemens, Ernie, can still get it up there in a hurry. Think of all the pitches he's thrown throughout his career.
Not too many years ago, he flirted with the 300 mark in strikeouts. There's a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Hasselman. He throws to first. Devon in time to complete the strikeout.
Well, 3 strikeouts in a row now for Roger Clemens. He got Sierra Clark and now Travis to lead off the second inning.
Melvin Nieves will be the batter.
Boy, I tell you, I couldn't tell. Apparently that ball just bounced away from Hasselman. Travis went too far.
And Hasselman had to chase it down quite a ways. Here's Nieves batting .250. And he looks at a strike in above the knees with that fastball. 21 home runs. He missed quite a while because of injuries. Well, strike 2.
Ernie, you know how we like to talk about the positive. When you look at Tony Clark, who is a 30-plus home run man, Melvin, if he stays healthy, is a 30-plus home run man. That's a lot of home runs in the heart of that lineup for you. So there are some bright spots for this Tiger ball club.
There's a wide one, 1-2, the count on Nieves.
So much talk around the area about the Tigers losing 100 games.
He hits the strike zone, and he stood there like the house by the side of the road. And watch that one go by. 4 in a row.
Yep. Chalk up number 4. Another fastball. Melvin takes it. Looks like it had a large part of the plate.
Now Phil Nevin will test the hard-throwing right-hander Roger Clemens. Phil, a .286 hitter. He's throwing strikes.
Coming into this ball game with 4 tonight, 2,552. So that's 2,556 lifetime strikeouts, Ernie.
There's another one. He's got 2 quick ones on the Nevin. He's really in the groove right now. 2 down, nobody on. Game scoreless. Tigers second inning. High and wide, 1-2.
Well, Roger Clemens had a streak this year of 28 scoreless innings. So even though you look at his record and see it's 9-12, he has still put up some good numbers this year.
Two, the count on Nevin. the strikeout column for Roger Clemens. At the end of 2, the game scoreless.
Welcome back, everybody. Tiger Baseball on Pass Sports is brought to you by Ford. Think Ford first. Right now, get as low as 2.9% financing or cash back up to $2,000 on selected vehicles at your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. And Tiger Baseball and Pass Sports is brought to you by Gaylord, golf mecca of the Midwest. 21 incredible courses, 1 beautiful location. That's Gaylord.
Well, the young left-hander and the veteran right-hander tied up here in a 0-0 duel. We're in the 3rd inning. Fry leads off for the Red Sox. Justin Thompson delivers his hook across to start him off with a strike. Fry popped to Trammell at second base to start the game. Boston with 2 hits, the Tigers with 1.
Oh, baby. Ernie, does he have a good curveball tonight? I think this is the best curveball we've seen Justin have.
He's got 2 quick strikes on him. And he got him with the high, hard one. So there is strikeout number 2 for Justin Thompson.
I tell you, when you make pitches like that, by that I mean the first 2 breaking balls, and then you come back with a fastball about 94, 95 miles an hour, you're going to jump at it no matter where it's at. And this one is by him. Did you see how he was tied up? No chance.
Garcia Parra will be the batter now. Nomar, the first time up, walked, got all the way to 3rd on a stolen base on the bounce out, but was left there. And Justin gets the first one in for a strike. One and one, the count on him.
Ernie, isn't it neat to see this type of matchup? A young kid like Justin with the great veteran Roger Clemens. This is really a classic matchup.
Fantastic. Here's a pitch. I've seen a lot of swinging here in the early innings.
Hey, I tell you what, this is one night I don't want to get in my bat. I don't know about you, but
no, sir.
I hope I don't get called on to pitch hit tonight.
1-2 the count. Fly ball lofted into right center. Barty backs up and gloves it for out number 2. That's the first ball hit to an outfielder. Mo Vaughn, the big slugger, steps in now. He bounced to Fryman right over the bag at second base in the first inning. Fryman's going to station himself farther over on the right field side of second right now with nobody on. There's a ground ball hit towards second. Trammell over to Clark. It's an easy inning. A 1-2-3 for Boston. Tigers bat in the 3rd, still scoreless.
Welcome back, everybody. The news from the front office is brought to you by Office Depot, taking care of business for companies of every size, everywhere, every day. And we talked about this a little bit earlier. The Dodgers' Hideo Nomo pitched his first career no-hitter last night at at Colorado. And what a job that must be, Ernie, with that light air out there to be able to not only pitch a no-hitter, but keep him in the ballpark.
Absolutely. Well, Lasmus will lead off for the Tigers now against Roger Clemens, who has struck out the last 5 batters.
And we heard an announcement about Felipe Lira getting a hand injury during batting practice. We're going to see what else we can find out about it.
Lasmus is batting .251, 4 home runs and 20 runs batted in. And there's a curve to start him off, strike 1.
Last night, 1 for 2, couple walks, scored a run.
Swings through the fastball, 2 strikes on him. Game scoreless. The Tigers are batting in the 3rd inning against Roger Clemens. High and wide. 1-2 on Brad Ausmus. 2-2 the count. Fouled away. That will be upstairs on the first base side. Osmus trying to get it started. We've got a scoreless tie in the Tiger third. Fouls another one away. Second to bat. When Trammell got that single in the first, he stole second and got no farther. He's the only runner the Tigers have had in the first 2 innings. Now the 2-2 delivery. Missed the outside corner, full count. Ground ball to short. Garcia Parra flips it over to Vaughn, and there's one down.
And it was announced today that the Tigers have signed a player development contract with the West Michigan Whitecaps, Ernie. I know that was rumored to happen, and I know the Tigers are thrilled with that arrangement. Vice President of Baseball Operations, General Manager Randy Smith, talked about the arrangement. And I think everybody here with the Tiger family and all our folks with the Whitecaps are very happy with that new relationship with the Tigers, Ernie.
Yes, sir. Barty at the plate hitting .272, and he looks at a strike. Rogers getting that first strike over with a regularity here in the early going at Tiger Stadium. Barty with 1 home run this year and 14 runs batted in. 1-1 the count on him.
It'll sure be nice for the Tiger fans to watch some of these young kids come up through the organization. They have tremendous fan support. Nice facility. You've seen that facility, haven't you?
Great ballpark up there and a lot of loyal fans. There's a strike called. He took the fastball through the heart of the plate. 1-2 on Barty. Valentin backs up at third. He was in close, looking for the bunt possibility from Camara. One out, nobody on. Game scoreless. He got him. Another strikeout for Mr. Clemens. That's 6. He had 5 straight, then the bounce out by Osmus, and now he starts over again.
Well, so far this is just called being overmatched. Another split finger. Look at it go out of the strike zone, and it actually bounced up. Once again, a Tiger hitter going for a pitch not even close to the strike zone. But Roger Clemens has got some outstanding stuff tonight.
Leadoff man Bobby Higginson coming up for the second time around. In the first inning, he bounced to second to Fry. Bobby looks at an inside pitch, ball 1.
In fact, Roger Clemens is now 17th on the all-time strikeout list, just passing Jerry Koosman, Ernie.
1-1 on Higginson. Big guy has the record for strikeouts in one game, 9-inning game, 20. There's a pitch in too close. Two and one the count on Bobby. 2 out, nobody on, no score. Fouled away. That will reach the seats on the third base side. Didn't get much wood on it.
Well, that was a good shot of that fastball and the live action on it. He's just he reminds you of a hitter that has what we call a live bat. He has a live arm. The ball leaves his hand when he has his good stuff. It like explodes on the hitter.
2-2 the count on Higginson. Now the full count. Alan Trammell, the only Tiger with a hit, waiting on deck. 3-2 pitch. Fouled away. Mark Lewis not at the ballpark. Remember, he was hit in the back of the head last night. Suffered a concussion. He's staying home. We want to wish him the best. Hope he's back in action real soon.
We sure do. He is a tough egg, and he is missed here at Tiger Stadium tonight.
He takes strike 3 right through the heart of the plate. Another strikeout, number 7 for Clemens, and at the end of 3, the game still scoreless. Well, it has been a dandy. Justin Thompson matching pitches with the veteran Roger Clemens. It's 0-0 as we go to the 4th inning, and Jose Canseco back on the active list last night will lead off for the Bostons in the 4th. First time up, he bounced to 3rd. And he takes the ball low.
And they have the Canseco shift on. 3 infielders on the left side. Nevin, Fryman, and Trammell now all on the left side of the infield.
High fly ball hit deep to right. The Avies are going back, looking at the fence, and makes a catch right in front of the barrier. It was close.
I tell you what, I was watching Canseco, and I think he thought that was out of here because he went into his home run trot. We were telling you about the wind. The wind definitely knocked this ball down. As we take a look at Nieves going back, and catches it with a lot of room to spare, partner. Yeah. Another look at it. It almost got that overhang, but under normal conditions, that ball would have been trouble. Look at the big guy. He thinks it's out of here. Look, I told you, he went into the home run trot right away.
There's a high foul off the bat of Valenden in the seats in right field for a strike.
Boy, that's one thing you can't do, go into that trot until you're sure it's out of here, right?
No runs, 2 hits for Boston. No runs, 1 hit for the Tigers. We're in the 4th inning at Tiger Stadium. There's a line drive to center. Here comes Barty, but he's got to play this one on 1 hop. A single for Valenden.
Boy, I tell you what,
3rd Boston hit.
I love that aggressiveness of Kamira Barty. He thinks everything hit out there he can make the play on, and he put the brakes on, but he has a lot of confidence out there. This is a line shot. Kamira at first thinks he can make the play. You see him, and then he says, no way I can make it. But boy, I love that aggressiveness by Kamira Barty.
Here's Greenwell, who struck out in the 2nd against Justin Thompson. Justin's had a couple of strikeouts. He's walked 1. Mound allowed 3 hits, all of them singles.
Closing in on Frank Malzones. You remember Frank?
Absolutely.
3rd sacker.
Big curve over.
Hey, that curveball is good against right-handers, let alone left-handers. I tell you, Mike Greenwell froze on this one, but look, it went down 11 inches. Boy, that, like I told you, he has a good one tonight.
Strike 2 on Greenwell.
Well, that'll give you an idea how good his curveball is tonight. I think Greenwell was looking for the curveball and still unable to hit it. That time it went down 10 inches. Watch, Mike doesn't pull away. He's looking for it, but he just couldn't catch up with it.
That's the pitch that struck him out the first time. 2 strikes on him now. Boston got a man all the way to third. The Tigers have had a man only as far as second base so far. But the bottom line is that neither team has scored. Strike 2 pitch to Greenwell. Fastball under the hands, 1-2. Mike out a good part of the season, especially in the earlier months. Digging in now, waiting on a 1-2 pitch. Fouled away.
Well, he's been a solid player for the Red Sox for a long time. Mike Greenwell, really one of the nice guys too.
Trying to keep Valentine close over there in this 1-out situation. Well, they scoreless.
He got ahead in the count. He came inside with the fastball. Watch Osmus and you see where he goes, and it'll give you an indication. They're going to try the fastball again inside. Now let's see if they switch up the location. Greenwell had a chance to see where Osmus is set up. See if he goes away this time. There he does. He goes away.
2-2 the count on Greenwell with a man on and the man out.
That's a little cat and mouse game that Buddy likes to put on with a runner on first. When they throw over, that hitter can kind of glance down and see where the catcher is, and then they switch up on the next pitch, which they did that time.
Little chopper foul down past the first base. Still 2-2 on Greenwell, a man on and the man out, game scoreless. This game starting out as one in which one run might loom very large. Fouled away. That's another curve. Each of the pitchers here tonight with outstanding stuff. Thompson dealing 2-2. Base hit. Right field. Valentine holds it second, and the Red Sox are kicking up their heels a little bit now. They've got 2 men on and 1 man down.
Well, that was a good battle that time between Thompson and Mike Greenwell, and that time Greenwell won. Here it is, the fastball that he stayed on and pulled it by Trammell at second base. So that was a good at bat by Mike Greenwell.
2 on for Boston, no score, 4th inning. They've got 1 man down for Rudy Pemberton. Rudy just brought up from Pawtucket. Had a single his first time at bat. He takes the curve outside from Thompson. No runs, 4 hits for the Red Sox, no runs and 1 hit for Detroit. No errors in the game. Infield a double play up for the Tigers. And it's 2-0. And Osmus wants to go out and talk with his pitcher. Talking about fastballs, Johnny Bench was catching Jerry Arrigo at Cincinnati, and Arrigo was pitching against the Dodgers, wanted to throw fastballs all the time, and Bench kept signaling for curves, and Arrigo wouldn't throw him. He wanted to throw the fastball, and he finally, Johnny said, okay, go ahead and throw your fastball. He reached up and caught it with his bare hand. Put him in his place.
Boy, you're not kidding. That tells you what type of fastball he had, huh?
And in cutting in that one, 2-1 the count on Pemberton.
Fastball that time away from Pemberton, probably out of the strike zone just a little bit, but good velocity on it.
Fouls it away. He reached out on that outside fastball, got a piece of it back with the screen. Here the runners at second base, it's Valentine, and at first base it's Greenwell. Pemberton out of the Dominican Republic, signed by the Tigers as a free agent. Came through their system. Before he left, there's a foul out of play.
Brad Osmus with the ball bounced back, and Brad threw it right back up there in the upper deck.
Brad was telling us before the game, I'm going to do that. The guys in the upper deck, he said, never get a baseball from anybody. And I'm going to go upper deck tonight. And he did it.
Yeah, he did.
Remember when Darnell Coles did it?
Yeah.
In another situation.
Yes.
The 2-2 pitch. Pemberton, it's a little soft fly down the line. Maybe trouble. Dropping in for a base hit. Valentine racing around third. He's coming home. They throw to second. Does not get Pemberton. It gets away from travel, and rounding third and coming home is Greenwell, and on to third goes Pemberton, and the Red Sox have a 2-0 lead over the Tigers here in the fourth.
Well, that's too bad, because that was a good pitch in on the hands of Pemberton, and he was able to bloop it down the right field line in no man's land, and a couple runs scored on a ball that nobody had a chance to catch. Here you see Tony Clark, Melvin Nieves going over. Now Nieves will throw it into second base. The ball will hit the runner Pemberton and get away from him, and that will allow the second run to score. Mike Greenwell scoring on that play.
So it'll be scored as a hit, 1 RBI, an error to the right fielder, Nieves for the errant throw. And they pitch to Bill Hasselman as a ball high. The Tigers bring their infield in. Man at third, 1 out for Boston. They've got a 2-0 lead. Ground ball, foul just outside of third. That was very close to being a 2-base hit.
Ernie, I have to believe that outfielders get more errors on throwing errors like that by hitting the runner than any other play. In fact, Al Kaline and I were talking the other day about that, and he felt that most of the errors that he got were on a throw into third base where it would hit the runner in the back or coming into home. And that's really kind of unfortunate, because a lot of times, as Ernie cleans up his scorecard, a lot of times they're good throws, and they pay the penalty for making a good throw. And that throw from Nieves was not that all of a bad throw. It just happened to hit the runner, but it was on the area that you want it to be.
Right. The penalty always goes to the outfielder, though.
Are you okay, partner?
I'm fine.
I get your towel or anything?
Spilled water. At least it wasn't Coke or something sticky. But it is still wet, believe me.
First time you've ever done that, isn't it?
First time in a couple of days. There's a cut and a miss. 1-2 on Hasselman.
Good curve that time from Justin. Another good breaking ball, once again down 10 inches.
He fouls this one away.
You can use my scorecard.
Oh, I'm okay. I'll make it. Here's the pitch. Just missed the outside corner with that one. Boston in the lead, 2-0. Man at third, 1 man down for them. And the curve stays away. 3-2 on Hasselman. That's the man at third, Pemberton.
Justin Thompson at times will throw 2 different type curveballs. That last one was one that he tries to throw straight over the top. It has more down action. He also throws another one that has some down action and also goes into the right-handed hitter.
There's a base hit to right through the drawn-in infield. Boston gets its third run and ups its lead to 3-0 here in the fourth inning. 4 straight base hits off young Mr. Thompson.
And that'll bring out the pitching coach Rick Adair to talk to Justin. Well, that's always a hitter's dream with the infield in and 1 down, a runner at third. All the angles are opened up to you. Just have to hit it sharply, and you can usually punch it through there, just like Hasselman did.
Jim, the Tiger outfielders have made an unusual number of errors. I don't have the total, but for instance, Nieves has made 12. And a lot of them that have been here and gone have made their share too of errors before they left.
They really have. You saw that pitch, that last pitch that Hasselman hit. It was a fastball away. Didn't try to pull it and hit it by Trammell at second base.
Now it'll be Bragg, the number 9 hitter, coming to bat. With a man at first, 1 out, 3-0 lead for the Boston Red Sox. They've picked up all 3 here in the fourth inning of Jason Thompson. And the big curve is down in the way. Ball 1.
Oh, he's been hitting well of late, but he got severely jammed his first time up.
2-0 the count on Bragg. Infield again in double play depth with the Tigers. And it's ball 3, and we're getting a little stirring now down in the Tiger bullpen for the first time tonight.
It's like C.J. Nikowski starting to limber up.
It's a walk. Ball 4. That'll put 2 men on. It's the second walk allowed by Justin. And it brings up the top of the batting order, Jeff Fry. Fry up for the 3rd time. The first 2 times he popped the second and then struck out. Takes the ball low, ball 1. And Osmus is going to walk the ball back to his pitcher.
Well, this has been a tough inning for the youngster. He got Canseco on that long drive to right center, and then after that 4 straight base hits and then another walk. The big blow that Texas League double down the right field line, Ernie.
Off the bat of Pemberton. That was the one. It wasn't hit very well, but it got in. There's a strike call. 2-1. Fry is the 7th Boston batter in here in this inning. There's a pop-up into the infield. The infield fly rule called. Trammell puts it away. Two down, and Gus Yepara will be the batter. He has walked and flied to center. Well, Justin trying to get out of further trouble. It's a strike called. He got the outside corner above the knees. Boston 3, Tigers nothing. Boston batting in the 4th. Trying to get some more with 2 on and 2 out. Fouled away. That'll be upstairs. Musselman is the runner at second. Bragg's the runner at first base. Strike two the count. Got him with a curve, but it's a tough inning for Thompson. Boston gets 3. The Tigers bat in the 4th inning. Red Sox lead him 3-0.
There's the skipper, Buddy Bell, with Ron Oster as bench coach.
Tigers coming to bat trailing 3-0 in the 4th, and it'll be Alan Trammell to lead off. He has the only Detroit hit off Roger Clemens. He singled in the 1st and then stole 2nd. He's been the only Detroit runner. Roger has struck out 7. So 7 of the first 9 outs have been on strikeouts. The other 2 have bounced to short and a bounce to second.
Quite a career against Clemens by Tram,
who looks at a strike.
It's amazing how certain hitters can hit certain pitchers, Ernie, no matter what type of stuff they have.
That's true, and the opposite is true too. Certain pitchers can get out to certain hitters that they probably shouldn't get out.
That's right.
Babe Ruth had a nemesis named Hub Pruitt.
Hub Pruitt?
For the St. Louis Browns. Couldn't hit him.
Could not get him. Huh?
Little left-hander. Did he go? No, he did not. That's the ball, says Mr. Cheetah.
Probably gave the Babe a lot of jump.
Yep, that's what it was.
Yeah, I'll see if Tram went. Okay. Trying to get out of the way of it. Got a little break there.
2-1 the count on the Tiger veteran. A chopper hit the second. Fry fires to Vaughn. In time, he got him. Now it'll be Ruben Sierra. Ruben struck out. This is his second time at bat. There's a strike to Sierra.
Notice C.J. Nikowski still warming up in the Tiger bullpen. Sometimes that's an indication that a change might be made. We'll have to wait and see.
Little chop foul on the ground down toward first base. 2 strikes the count on Sierra. Sierra was a right-hand hitter when he first started. But his second year in organized ball in the instructional league became a switch hitter. Two strikes. High and wide, 1-2. 3 runs, 6 hits, no errors for Boston. Detroit, no runs, 1 hit and 1 error. We're in the 4th inning at Tiger Stadium.
Boy, that baby is dancing. It's amazing Ruben could stay off of that one, but that split finger really had a lot of action on it.
Wide again, full count. Clemens missing that outside corner. Well, what's he going to give him now, Jim?
I think he'll probably challenge him with the old fastball.
He did, and he got him. Ruben is out for excessive window shopping. He looked at one too many.
Well, Ruben did not like the call, but we'll take another look at it. It looked like a good pitch on the outside part of the plate. Well, you can see it was high enough, that's for sure. Looked like a good pitch. Just an overpowering fastball. After he fed him a couple split fingers he laid off of, then he came back with good location on the fastball.
8 strikeouts for Roger Clemens. 2 down. Here's Tony Clark taking a cut. Clark struck out to end the first inning. There's a high one, 1-1. CJ has the jacket on. Looks like he might be coming in. One count. Fouled away. 1-2 on Tony Clark. Missed the inside corner that time, but not by much. That was close.
I'll tell you what, all his pitches have been, if they miss, they're not missing by much, and there's a lot of action on his fastball tonight and split finger.
2-2 count, 2 out, nobody on. And another strikeout, number 9 for Mr. Clemens as he continues to mow down the Detroit hitters. At the end of 4, Boston on top, 3-0.
Well, Big Ten football action coming your way this Saturday at 10:30. It's the Michigan State Spartans playing Louisville. So the Spartans in action against the Louisville Cardinal. That's 10:30 on Saturday night. C.J. Nikowski takes over for Justin Thompson. CJ 2-3 in the year with a high ERA. He has only pitched 37 in the 3rd innings. He's walked 32 and struck out 29. He last pitched the 13th of this month against Baltimore. He went 2 2/3 innings. He gave up a couple hits. He walked 3 and he struck out 2. And here's the big man he'll be facing, Big Mo. Look at the rankings by Big Mo. 326 average in 10th place, 40-run home runs at 6th. 134 runs driven in 3rd and 191 hits 4th. What a year for offense, Ernie.
Mo is 0 for 2 tonight against the starting pitcher Thompson. Now faces Christopher John Nikowski. Here in the 5th inning, Boston on top 3-0. They've overshifted again against Mo Vaughn.
I wonder if it goes through his mind just to push one down towards 3rd. You know, if he thinks about it at all up there.
Here's a 1-0 delivery, and he hits one that way, but it bobbled by Nevin, and he picks it up. The throw to first is in time to get Mo Vaughn.
I started to write down 6-3, but really it's 5-3.
Yep, that's where it's got to be. He was a third baseman, but he was really over there at the shortstop post. Here comes Canseco, who's gone 0 for 2. He bounced to third and hit a long fly to right.
Well, the ball was hit so hard right at Phil Nevin. Moved over at shortstop. No problem getting Mo at first base.
Nikowski gets his first man. Now pitches to Canseco, who takes an inside fastball. Canseco's dad moved the family from Havana, Cuba to Miami when Canseco was about a year old. Here's a pitch in for a strike.
Had a twin brother that played a little bit. Now I understand he's an agent. Huh?
Oh, is he?
Yeah, that's the easy way out, isn't it now? And amazing when you think about it. A twin brother, one with all this talent as a professional baseball player. The other one just did not have the talent to make it.
Both up in the big leagues for a short time. 2-1 the count on Jose. And Nikowski's low with this one, 3-1.
Well, when you look back at Canseco's career, Ernie, all the numbers he put up offensively, but the stolen bases, you know, just a complete all-around ball player.
High pop up, and the wind's going to take that one back into the seats. Foul up above the dugout. Man from Southgate. He's got that one now. Well, Boston got 3 off the starting pitcher Thompson, all coming in the 4th inning. Big blow was a base hit by Pemberton, followed by the error. Throwing error by right fielder Nieves. 3-2 the count on Canseco. There's a drive up the gap in left center. Higginson goes over, plays it on the hop, and it's a long single for Canseco. The 7th Boston hit.
Well, the muscle man himself, not a big stride at all. You see how short that stride was, but he is so strong. Higgy over to cut it off.
John Valentine at the plate now. John's had a pop to short and a single. Ground ball it to short. Fryman to Trammell. 1 relay to Clark. 2 for the price of 1 for the Tigers. A double play ends the Boston 5th inning. Tigers bat last half of the 5th. 3-0 Red Sox.
It is time to recap the ball game scoring, and it's brought to you by Faygo Beverages. When was the last time you had a good slug of Red Pop? Well, all Boston so far in this game. In the 4th inning, Rudy Pemberton with a fly ball down the right field line. That was a double, and 2 runs scored on that play with the error. Nieves picking up the error, hitting Pemberton as he went into second base. That made it 2-0. Still in the 4th inning with the infield drawn in, and Pemberton at third. Hasselman with an RBI the right field through the drawn in infield. That made it 3-0, and that's how we stand as we go to the bottom half of inning number 5.
Jim, you were talking about errors. I want to tell you a story about errors. Kid Eberfield, who played with the Tigers in 1901 at shortstop, made 76 errors in the season. He played in 121 games. His Keystone partner, Kid Gleason, made 64 errors, and he played in 135 games.
I bet you they were cheered a lot that year.
Yep, and the team led the league in errors with 410.
Jesus.
And the first baseman, Pop Dillon, played in only 74 games. He made 18 errors at first base.
They were not atop the rankings defensively.
No.
I take it.
No, they were last.
Well, if they had a road trip, they had to put those boys on the ground floor so they didn't jump out.
You're not kidding.
Jeez. That made for a long season for pitchers, didn't it?
It did. Probably the pitchers sued him for non-support.
You better believe it.
Fryman at the bat now. He fouled off that first one. And the third baseman, Doc Clancy, made 58 errors. I forgot about him.
Hey, well, he had a better year.
Yeah. But that was in 127 games.
Oh, my goodness.
1-1 the count on Travis. The Tigers trailing 3-0. 1 ball, 2 strikes on the Tiger shortstop.
That's the first sliders I've seen from Clemens in this ball game. 2 of them to Travis now.
He struck him out the first time they met in this game. 9 strikeouts for Clemens. There's a foul upstairs off the facing of the upper deck, and then down below.
You're watching a master at work tonight. Roger Clemens has his whole arsenal on target tonight. Good fastball, split finger, you name it, he's got it.
He's allowed 1 hit, a single by Trammell in the first inning. There's a strike called, and Fryman is called out for looking at 1 too many.
Well, he starts another streak. That's 3 Tigers in a row. Fastball on the outside part of the plate. Had some movement on it. Travis thought it may have gone around the plate. He gives a little bit of an argument.
10 strikeouts. His high this year is 11. He pitched the game against Oakland. He won 2-1 and had 11 strikeouts.
Well, look at that, and 8 of those against the Tigers.
There's a tap fouled in the dirt. Melvin Nieves, he struck out in the second inning.
Oh.
2 strikes.
I'll tell you, Ernie, I haven't seen this good of stuff in a long time from a pitcher. Everything he's throwing up there is exploding. Movement is late. Tough for the hitters to pick up. Even tough for the catcher to catch.
Off the mid of Hasselman, 1-2 now. Three 0 Boston on top. Tigers batting in the 5th inning. They've got one down and the bases are empty. And he got him with a hard stuff again. That's number 11. And this little streak has reached 4th straight.
Well, he's making it look easy. The fastball about belt high right down the middle. Once again, Tiger batter swings right through the pitch. Now watch how late he was. Did you see where the ball was when he swung? Even with him. That gives you an idea how hard Clemens is throwing tonight.
Here's Phil Nevin. He struck out his first time. And he's swinging, strike 1. Well, starting with the number 3 hitters, Sierra, Clark, Fryman, and Nieves, all of them have struck out twice in 2 attempts. Nevin is struck out once, and he's up for the 2nd time. And he's got 2 strikes on him now.
Well, I tell you what, this is like the master pitching to the youngsters, isn't it, Ern?
It's just overpowering these guys.
Split finger, watch it drop, not near the strike zone.
2 strikes the count on him. He fouls this one away. Way back in the right field corner. Still 2 strikes.
Well, that shows you the confidence Clemens has tonight. Ahead in the count. Went right after him with the fastball. 0-2.
He's not walked anybody. He's allowed only 1 hit. 3-0 Boston on top, 5th inning. One ball, 2 strikes on Phil Nevin. American League strikeout leader, Mr. Clemens, doing it tonight. Oh. And he gets another one. 1, 2, 3, all on strikeouts go the Tigers, and 12 of them have gone down swinging in the 5 innings. At the end of 5, Boston leads it 3-0.
Beautiful moon over Motown. 3-7-0 for Boston. The Tigers with only 1 base hit against Roger Clemens, who has been spectacular here tonight at Tiger Stadium.
Nikowski on the mound for the Tigers in relief of the starter Justin Thompson. But the story of this one is Roger Clemens. There's no question about it. He has dominated the action. Mike Greenwell will lead off against the Tiger left-hander. And Mike takes a strike call. He is fanned and singled. Nikowski, young man from New York State. As Greenwell swinging and missing 2 strikes.
Greenwell unhappy with himself, going after the bad pitch. There it is, a cut fastball or a slider way out of the strike zone.
And the former Cincinnati pitcher delivers outside. 1-2. He makes his home now in Pennsylvania in Milford, but is a native of the state of New York. Here's the 1-2 pitch. It's the wide one, 2-2 on Greenwell. Three runs, 7 hits for the Red Sox, no runs, 1 hit for the Tigers. We're in the 6th inning. There's a foul out of play. Watch it.
Baby, I thought it had us.
Getting closer and closer.
Oh, partner, I had you all the way. I was bailing out to the right. Every man for themselves tonight, baby.
You're not kidding. Man the lifeboats. 2-2 count.
Oh, baby.
It's a full count. Base hit by Greenwell past Trammell. The Tigers second baseman couldn't quite reach it. Mike gets his second hit of the night. And the next two batters are both hitters who have 2 hits apiece. Pemberton and then Hasselman to follow him. Pemberton has had a single and a double. The double, the only extra base hit of the game.
Pemberton having a good night against his former mates. Ernie, the thing I remember about Pemberton, very strong, but he was more or less a sweep hitter. Didn't release the bat head.
He swings, hits one deep into left center. Barty on the run, makes the catch at the warning track. The wind held that one up. And back to first goes Greenwell. He stroked it pretty good, but Barty and the wind did him in.
Yeah, Pemberton, as I said, very strong. But if it's in the cow yard, Tamir Barty can track him down.
That'll bring to bat Bill Hasselman, the catcher, who's had 2 singles and 2 trips to move his average to .270. And Bill takes a curve in for a strike. 3-0 Boston on top. They got all 3 off the starter Justin Thompson in the 4th inning. That's outside and low, 1-1.
You look back on the game, Ernie, that bloop double by Pemberton. If he doesn't get that bloop double, it might have been a different ball game for the Tigers, and Justin might still be in there.
Could be very different. Here's a fly ball at the right. Nieves going back to the warning track will put it away. A couple of outfield outs after the leadoff single, and now we see the 9th man in the batting order. For Mr. Kevin Kennedy, it'll be Darren Bragg, who has bounced to the pitcher and drawn a base on balls. "3-0 Boston leads." There goes the runner. Big jump. Here's Osler's throw. It won't be in time. He's got a steal.
That's just a case of CJ forgetting about the runner at first base, and the veteran Mike Greenwell certainly doesn't have blazing speed, but knows how to get the jump. Look at the jump he gets. That delivery to the plate really made that for Mike Greenwell.
Bragg waiting on a 1-0 delivery. Takes a low one, 2-0 the count on Darren Bragg. Another Georgia Tech product, and out on deck is the leadoff man Fry. 2-0 pitch. He got the corner, 2-1. He's wide with this one. 3-1 the count. High fly down into the left field corner. Higginson chases and makes the catch. At the end of 5.5, Red Sox 3, Tigers nothing.
Well, the master is back out on the mound as he continues his warm-up tosses, but he has been, Ernie, I don't know, we've said so many superlatives tonight, but he's like the Roger of old. With overpowering fastball, that split finger that he just recently developed has really been dancing for him, and last inning threw a couple sliders, but for the most part, fastballs and split fingers tonight.
The last 4 innings have gone 1, 2, 3. That is from the 2nd through the 5th. He set down 14 straight batters. He struck out a total of 12 in the 5 innings. And here's Osmus, who bounced to short, one of the few Tigers who is not fanned tonight. He bounced to short his first time up. Ball 1, the count on Brad. 3 runs, 8 hits, no errors for Boston. The Tigers, no runs, 1 hit and 1 error. That 1 hit was a single by Trammell in the first inning. 1-1. Now Roger has not walked anybody, so Trammell has been the only runner.
And that was an infield hit.
Here's the 1-1 pitch to Osmus. 2-1. Not been behind on many hitters, Jim.
Now he's done everything by the book tonight.
Fouled away off the foot of the catcher, Hasselman. 2-2.
Up until now, this is a video that Roger Clemens would love to keep in his library, because, you know, Ernie, even in his heyday, I'm just trying to think when he could have been even better than he has been tonight.
Well, that 20 strikeouts against Seattle, I guess, might have been a little bit better.
Right. But there's, who knows, he may top that tonight.
You can never tell. Here's a high, hard one. And one of the few full counts we've seen with Clemens on the mound tonight. Little chopper hit toward third. It'll bounce foul.
Tell you, the only thing you can try to do against a pitcher like this that is throwing so hard is, you know, choke up a little bit, shorten your stroke, tell yourself to be a little bit quicker. Don't take your normal stride, shorten your stride, just try to lay the bat on the ball.
Full count pitch. Fouled away. Osmus got one in tight on him. Clemens and Apia have the best strikeout ratio per game. They've averaged 9 per game to lead the league. Those two, Kevin Apia and Roger. There's a looping drive to left, a base hit. Osmus makes a big turn. He's on with the second hit for Detroit. Well, that stops the streak of 14 straight that Clemens had retired since that first inning single by Trammell.
Well, Osmus had a good at bat his first time up, even though he grounded out. This time another good at bat. Didn't hit the ball hard, but as Ernie said, he looped it into left field for a base hit.
Osmus and Trammell are the only Tigers who have not struck out against Clemens. Barty at the plate, and the third baseman Ballenden in close. The runner goes, and it will be a steal for Osmus on a strike.
Second time tonight, Hasselman had a problem getting the ball out of his glove. Now, Hasselman is certainly not one of the better throwers. He relies on a quick release and accuracy.
Well, each time the Tigers have had a man on, they've had a steal of second base.
Yeah, well, I think that's because of Hasselman. Double trouble, Kamira Barty last night, 2 for 3, a double and a single, and also a sacrifice bunt.
3-0 Boston in the lead. The Tigers, for the second time tonight, have a man at second base. They have not had one any farther than second. Strike one to Barty. There's strike 2 on Kim Barty.
Well, he has been deadly with that pitch tonight. That fastball low and away from a right-handed hitter, and the angle that it comes at the hitter just makes it very difficult.
Been some talk, Jim, that Barty might switch hit in the game in the final week here.
Yeah, Buddy has mentioned that early on, and why not? What the heck? He's been working on it a lot in batting practice and in the batting cages.
Another strikeout. Number 13 for Roger Clemens.
Well, another strikeout for Roger. Once again, the split finger. You see that baby dance? Now remember, it looks like a fastball until it gets right in front of the plate, and then it dips out of the strike zone.
Bobby Higginson.
I was going to say, Ernie, that pitch used to be called a forkball. Now it's a split finger.
Same action, just a different term, a matter of semantics.
That's right. Joe Coleman had played with the Tigers, had a good forkball. Elroy Face was here just for a short time at the end of his career, of course, lived with his forkball all those years.
That's Osmus at second, 1 down. Tigers trail 3-0. Fouled away by Higginson, 1-1 on Bobby. Bobby batting in the cleanup spot tonight. There's a strike delivered by Mr. Clemens.
I tell you, when you watch him work tonight, not only does he have that good stuff, but he continues to hit those good spots. That was an outstanding pitch.
He's ahead on the count with a Bobby Higginson, 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 out, Osmus at second. And he gets number 14 in the strikeout column. The second out of the 6th inning.
I'll tell you what, folks, you're watching one of the best split finger fastballs you will ever see here tonight at Tiger Stadium.
Here's Alan Trammell now. Tram along with Osmus, the only Tigers who have not fanned. Well, let's see now. He's gotten Sierra twice. He's gotten Higginson twice, Clark twice, Fryman twice, Nieves twice, Nevin twice, and Barty twice. Tram looks at the ball low.
You can't get this guy, Roger.
2 out, 1 on. Tigers trail 3-0.
They shade Trammell in the outfield towards right. Bragg, the center fielder, a good bit over towards right and very shallow. Very shallow.
Little foul hit over to the on deck circle.
Take a look at Bragg over to the right and very shallow for Alan Trammell. Left fielder Greenwell shallow and Pemberton in right.
1-1 the count on Tram. Trying to keep it going in the Tigers 6th inning. Clemens delivers wide at 2-1.
Ain't got no juice left, buddy.
Ball 3. Now Clemens is second in the league in walks allowed, but he has not walked the man yet. One of the few times he's been behind on the count. Trammell waiting on a 3-1 delivery. And it'll be 3-2.
There you see his reaction, a split finger on a 3-1 right down the middle. Let's see that again.
Looked like Halloween.
Yeah. What is that?
Now Tram digging in on the 3-2 delivery. Fouls it away.
I told you.
There goes Osmus, and the ball's fouled away. Oh, Chamel's given him more trouble than just about anybody.
Yes, he has. In fact, his whole career he's giving Clemens as much trouble probably as anybody has. Outstanding lifetime batting average against him.
Allen waiting on 3-2 from the Rocket.
Come on, baby, come on now!
Strike on. He got number 15, victimizing Allen Chamel. He strikes out the side with a single among them. No runs and 1 hit, 1 man left. We go to the 7th inning. Boston 3, Detroit nothing.
Roger Clemens' last strikeout. Look at the catcher and watch the target, and you watch the pitch. How good is that? And Tram knows it, takes his medicine. Boy, that is just another outstanding pitch. He continues to hit that corner low and away against right-handers. Don't forget now, coming up Thursday, September 26th at 7:30 is preseason hockey. The Red Wings against, you got it, the New Jersey Devils, only on Pass Sports. That's Thursday, September 26th at 7:30. The Wings and the Devils.
7th inning, the Boston lead it 3-0. Steve Fry will lead it off for the visitors. There's a pitch low on Jeff. I think I said Steve. I got the wrong Fry. It's Jeff Fry. He's 0 for 3 for the night. Breaking ball low, 2-0 the count on him. 3 runs, 8 hits for Boston. Detroit, no runs and 2 hits. We're in the 7th inning at Tiger Stadium. There's a strike called.
Boy, and Roger Clemens has overshadowed C.J. Nikolsky's done a fine job since he's come in the ball game. Kept the Red Sox off the board.
Fry takes one wide. 3-1 the count on him. He walked him. It's a leadoff walk for Jeff Fry. It's the first walk allowed by C.J. Garciaparra will be the batter. He's walked, fly to center, and struck out swinging. It's the ball outside. Boston got all 3 runs in this game in the 4th inning. A 1-out single by Valentin, and Greenwell singled him to second. Pemberton got the key hit, a little flare that dropped into short right field for a double. And when Nieves threw the ball away, 2 runs were able to score. Pemberton took third, and then he scored on a single by Hasselman. It's the ball outside on Garciaparra. 8,779 the number of tickets sold for the game tonight. The 2-0 pitch not forthcoming. He'll deal over to first base. Well, the big story tonight is Mr. Clemens. There's no question about that. Through 6 innings, he has struck out 15 Tigers. Three and 0 the count now on Garciaparra. So C.J. has walked the man and is close to issuing another pass here in the Boston 7th. And he delivers it high, so that's back-to-back walks to start the 7th inning for Boston.
And pitching coach Rick Adair out to talk to C.J. I must have jinxed him. I said that done a fine job since he came in. The minute I said it, he walks 2 batters. Looked like he was guiding those pitches, Ernie. You can't do that if you're a pitcher. You got to stay within yourself and throw with that fluid motion. You start guiding the ball, you're going to get yourself in trouble, and that is what has happened here with C.J. Nitkowski walking the first 2 batters here in the 7th inning. Tigers announced a trade today with the Padres. Right-handed pitcher Fernando Hernandez is coming to Detroit for exchange for a minor league player to be named later. Hernandez, 25, was 11-10 with a 4.64 ERA at the Padres AA Memphis affiliate. He placed 4th in the league with 161 strikeouts, and he limited the opposition to a .233 batting average.
Well, it's Mo Vaughn now at the bat. Mo has gone 0 for 3 tonight. And it's a base hit to left field. Here comes Fry around third. He'll be held there. The bases are loaded. 2 walks and a single have loaded them for the Red Sox.
Little surprise that the third base coach held up Jeff Fry. You know, Boston showing respect for Higgy's arms, but arm in the outfield, but that ball was pretty deep by the time he picked it up, and Fry with good speed. Mo jumps on the first pitch, line drive to left field. Now watch where Higgy gets it. That's pretty deep by the time he gets the ball, and again Jeff Fry held up at third base. Higgy with the throw in to Phil Nevin, the cutoff man.
So that will bring to bat Canseco with the bases loaded. He's had a bounce to third, a fly to right on a single.
Well, they're trying to buy a little time for A.J. Sager, who started to throw down in the Tiger bullpen. Boy, 2 walks and a base hit, and just like that, bases loaded, nobody out.
And we're right in the thick part of the Boston batting order, the cleanup man Canseco. Mo Vaughn's single was the 9th Boston hit tonight.
Well, looks like they did buy enough time, because here comes Buddy Bell out, and he'll be calling for the right-hander. It'll be A.J. Sager coming on for Detroit. And we'll take a break and tell you about A.J. after this timeout. A.J. Sager with a 3-4 record takes over with a 5.02 ERA. He has pitched 66 and a third innings. He's walked 27 and he struck out 44. Now he hasn't pitched since the 12th of this month when he worked against the Yankees. He went 2 1/3 innings, gave up 2 hits, 1 earned run. He walked 2 and he struck out 2. Sager with a good sinker ball and a slider.
Well, 5 career grand slams for Mr. Canseco, and he's in that spot now where he could make it number 6. Bases loaded. And it's ball 1 to Jose from the new pitcher Sager. That's Fry at third. Gussie Parrott second base. Vaughn at first. Boston in the lead, 3-0. Ground ball to third, glove by Nevin, and they throw to the plate, and he got him. And he got him at third too, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did. That was a nifty play, a tailor-made double play ball, and Nevin had the forethought to catch the ball. Now watch him catch the ball, step on the bag to force the runner, get the play to the plate, and Fry's a dead duck at home plate. Tailor-made double play ball.
So Valentin will be the batter now with runners at first and second and 2 down. He looks at a strike call. So Mr. Sager got 2 in a hurry, Jim.
Boy, he sure did. That's that sinker ball. Able to get Canseco to hit the ball on the ground perfectly to Nevin at third. Easy double play.
1-1 the count. Greenwell waiting on deck. Valentine at the plate now. 1-1 the count on John. There's a little looper. Short hop by Fryman. Good play. Throw to first, and the Tigers get out of deep trouble in the 7th inning. They come to bat in the 7th. Boston ahead 3-0.
Welcome back. The 7th inning stretch storyline is brought to you by Ladbroke DRC. We're setting the pace in Michigan horse racing. Well, it's really Roger Clemens. That's the storyline. Brad Osmus, the only Tiger not to strike out. Clemens, 6 innings, 2 hits, 15 strikeouts. Justin Thompson started for the Tigers. Another tough outing. 4 innings, 6 hits, 2 earned runs. He walked 2 and he struck out 3. It is Roger Clemens' night with 15 strikeouts.
All those Ks, 15 of them. That's the most in any one game this year in the American League by any pitcher. In the Major League, record for the year is Hideo Nomo of the Dodgers. He struck out 17 in a game against the Florida Marlins back in April. Mr. Clemens has victimized everybody except Osmond. And he's had at least 2 strikeouts in every inning. He's had 3 strikeouts in 3 of the 6 innings.
Wow.
He's had 2 in the other 3 innings apiece. So here's Ruben Sierra to test him in the 7th. Sierra has struck out twice. The man who is scheduled to follow Clark, and then the next one, Fryman. Each one of those has also struck out twice.
Well, that was a long inning for Roger as the Red Sox loaded the bases, but I don't think it'll have any effect on Big Roger.
I remember a game here when Nolan Ryan pitched his no-hitter, and he struck out about 17, and he had a great string going, and there was a big inning by the Angels, his own team, and he wasn't quite as effective when he had to sit on the bench a while.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up, because that's really why I said that, because sometimes, you know, Roger's working real fast tonight. He's in his rhythm, and sometimes you sit there in a cool night, even though he's sure he was bundled up or maybe he went back in the locker room. Sometimes you can throw you out of your rhythm.
Sierra hits a ground ball to second. Easy play for Fry, and Sierra is out. 1 up and 1 down, 3-0. Boston leads it in the 7th, and Tony Clark will be the Tiger batter. Tony struck out to end the 1st inning. He struck out to end the 4th inning. The high, hard one. Strike 1.
That hurt my ears up here, Ernie. That sound of the catcher's mitt. Watch Tony go after the high, hard one. No chance. Ball was by him.
Strike 1, the count on Clark. 15 strikeouts for Clemens. He's got a 3-0 lead over the Tigers. 1-1, the count on Tony.
Well, like I said, on a night like this, you just got to shorten up that stroke and just tell yourself, I've got to be a little quicker. I've got to be a little quicker.
Come on, Tony! Come on, man! Give me number 23!
1-2, the count on Tony Clark.
Tony, come on!
Well, we told you the Major League record for strikeouts is 20, set by Roger Clemens himself against Seattle. That is 16 for Roger.
Well, a couple fastballs above the belt. Then the split finger out of the strike zone below the knees. Here it is. Watch this baby dance. Goodbye. I understand, Tony.
Fryman at the plate. He struck out a couple of times, and there's a strike. Clark becomes the first Tiger to strike out 3 times tonight.
That's because some of the others haven't been up 3 times.
Correct. 2 down, nobody on. 3-0 Red Sox lead. Fryman cuts and misses at 2 strikes. Clemens now going for strikeout number 17 here with 2 down in the 7th inning.
Look at that. No flyouts tonight. Lots of strikeouts. 4 ground outs. Oh my goodness.
It's the ball, the 1-2, the count on Travis.
You almost get the feeling that a lot of the fans here are rooting for more strikeouts, Ern.
I think that's true. 2 down, nobody on. He just missed for that one. 2-2.
Well, watch for the split finger this time. This is the pitch he wants to get him on. There.
17 strikeouts for Roger Clemens in 7 innings. 3 away from tying the record. We go to the 8th. Boston leads 3-0.
Well, 3-9-0, 0-2-1. What a night for Roger Clemens. 17 strikeouts. Here it is, the split finger. Watch it dance. No chance. And Travis's reaction. All right, let's catch you up around the other scores around Major League Baseball. Milwaukee beat the Blue Jays 2-1. In New York, they're tied at 1 apiece with Baltimore in the 6th inning. Cleveland 2, Chicago 1 in the 3rd. And in the 4th inning, Minnesota 3, Kansas City 1. Later tonight, Texas at Seattle, Oakland's at California. In the National League, Atlanta 6, Houston 2, Colorado over LA 6-4, and San Diego beats San Francisco 8-5. In the 7th, Pittsburgh 4, Cincinnati 3. Also in the 7th, Montreal 3, New York 2, and in the 5th, Florida 6, Philadelphia 2. They're tied at 2 apiece in St. Louis with the Cubbies in inning number 6.
Well, Mr. Greenwell will lead it off now against Sager. 3-0 the Red Sox in the lead. They've got 3 runs, 9 hits. The Tigers have no runs and 2 hits. There's a strike call. Mr. McClellan said so. Breaking ball on the outside corner. 2 quick strikes on the Greenwell.
You know, Ernie, this is the type of night with what Clemens has gone for him that he's probably in there in the locker room or the dugout wanting to get this inning over with so he can get back out there again.
Strike called. He struck him out. Greenwell called out on strikes.
Second time tonight that Greenwell has struck out. This is a swing back fastball, the inside part of the plate. Did you see Mike kind of move back, but the ball with that swing back motion over for a strike.
Now Rudy Pemberton will be the batter. Rudy had a single and a double and fly to center. He's hit the ball well 3 times. Swings at the bouncing ball, base hit into the left field corner. He digs around first, heads for 2. Higginson's throw. He is safe. It was close. Pemberton gets his 2nd double of the night. He has 3 hits and 4 trips.
Well, it's always nice to come back and play against your old team and have a good night. And Rudy Pemberton with his 3rd base hit. He challenges Bobby's arm in left field. If the throw is not up a little bit, he would be out. But watch where Trammell gets the throw, then has to bring the tag down, and Pemberton able to get underneath the tag. He's safe again.
Hasselman at the plate taking, and it's a ball in too close on Bill. He singled his first 2 times and then fly to right. Been the bottom part of the batting order that's been the damaging part for Boston. They've got a 3-0 lead over Detroit. In close from A.J. Sager. 2-0 the count on Hasselman. 2-1 the count on him. Count even, 2-2.
Good breaking ball that time from Sager.
Pop foul, it'll be out of play. Boston leads it 3-0. They're batting in the 8th inning. But the big story here tonight is Roger Clemens, who through the first 7 innings has set down 17 Tigers on strikes. He's within 3 of the major league record that he set himself 10 years ago. 3-2 now, the count on Hasselman. Little looper might drop in. It will for a base hit. Here comes Pimpleton. He's being waved around third. He's headed home. There will be no relay. He scores on the RBI single by Hasselman, and Boston makes it a 4-0 lead over the Tigers. That'll bring up the number 9 hitter, Darren Bragg, who has bounced to the pitcher, walked, and fly to left.
Well, that was a sinker ball in on the hands of Hasselman, but able to bloop it into center field for a single and RBI.
Infield in double play depth, and the pitch is low to Bragg, ball 1.
Bragg's got to be thrilled. This is the first time he's faced a right-hander. He's had to go after Thompson and then CJ.
Man on first is Hasselman. Fly ball left field. Higginson is there to glove it. Hasselman stays at first. They are 2 down, and we come to the top of the batting order. Jeff Fry, who's had a walk and gone 0 for 3 tonight. Boston with 4 runs, 11 hits, no errors. The Detroiters have no runs, 2 hits, and they've made 1 error. We're in the 8th inning of the Red Sox at bat. 1 out, 2 out, and 1 on. Strike called on Fry. It's Hasselman at first. Fry hits a little chopper toward the third. It'll go foul.
Saw Ron Oster, the bench coach, flashing some signs to the catcher Brad Osmus.
Two-strike count on Fry. And Sager gets him. He looks at 1 too many. At the end of 7.5, Boston 4, Detroit 0.
And there he is, Roger the Dodger, has thrown nothing but fastballs and split fingers tonight. It'd be interesting after the game to find out how many breaking balls, Ernie, that he has thrown tonight. As we take a look at Lee Tidsley, who's come on to play center field. So Tidsley in center field for Boston now.
Clemens with 17 strikeouts. He has 6 outs to go. If he can master 4 strikeouts in those 6 outs, he'll break his own record. He'll set the new major league record for strikeouts in a 9-inning game.
April 29th, 1986, when he set that record.
Nieves looking, and it's ball 1 on Melvin. Nieves has struck out twice in 2 attempts, and each time it was a called 3rd strike. One and 1, the count on Melvin. After Nieves, Phil Nevin, and then Brad Osmus, the only Tiger who is not fanned tonight. Strike. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ground ball under the glove of Vaughn, bobbled by Fry in right field, and Nieves is safe at first base.
Well, Melvin hung in there with 2 strikes on him, was able to make contact. The ball gets just under the glove of Mo Vaughn, and Jeff Fry does a good job just knocking it down. So a base hit. No, they're calling that an error on Mo Vaughn. I beg your pardon. Okay.
Mo charged with the error, and Nevin will be the batter. He has struck out twice in 2 turns. It's a strike called on Phil Nevin.
Mo had to go a long way to get over for that ball.
Got under his glove, and then by the time Fry got it, he didn't have a chance anyway. So the Tigers have a man at first. There's a foul off the mask of Hasselman. 2 strikes on Phil Nevin. Tigers have had 3 runners. Trammell singled in the first and stole second. That came with 1 out. Osmus led off the 6th inning with a single and the steal.
Boy, that got Hasselman right square in the mask, and that will jar your inners.
2 strikes on Nevin.
Let alone your fillings.
Boston in the lead, 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Detroit, no runs, 2 hits, 1 error. Tigers have a man on in the 8th inning and nobody down. Base hit into center field. Now the Tigers, for the first time in the game, have 2 runners. They've got a man at first and a man at second. And the only man whom Clemens has not fanned is coming to bat. That's Osmus.
And that is the first base hit by the Tigers, the first solid base hit by the Tigers tonight. Line drive back through the middle off the bat of Phil Nevin.
Valentin over to talk with the battery. Hasselman and Clemens. Osmus will be at the plate. He's 1-2. He bounced to short in the 3rd inning, leading off. He led off the 5th inning with a single. Well, Clemens in the first trouble that he's seen all night long. Strike 1. For 4-0, Boston in the lead. One and one on Brad Osmus. Cool, breezy night here at the corner.
Yeah, it's kicked up a little bit too. One the count.
1 ball, 2 strikes on Ausmus.
Well, Roger still with that good movement on his pitches, just exploding right before the batter.
He has not walked anybody. He's allowed 3 hits. 1 man for each on an error.
Watch this ball move in on Ausmus and tie him up. Just explodes right before home plate.
Here's the 1-2 pitch. Fouled away. Just spoiled a good one there. No matter what happens from now on, we've seen a great performance by Roger Clemens.
Boy, we sure had. This is worth the price of admission, and Ernie and I didn't even have to pay.
Ausmus waiting on a 1-2 delivery, and Clemens is going to step off the slab.
There you go.
He struck him out. That's number 18. And every one of the Tigers has now been victimized by the strikeout.
And here it is, that fastball. Watch it swing back on the outside part of the plate. He has done that several times tonight, the Tiger hitters. That fastball low and away. And we're going to have a pinch hitter, Phil Hyatt, is going to come out to hit for Barty. But Ernie, I don't know how many times he has caught Tiger batters taking a 3rd called strike on that very same pitch here tonight. Talking it over, how they want to pitch Hyatt and how they want to play him from an infield standpoint. Garcia Parra certainly knew him. Talking about Hyatt. He played AAA baseball in the International League against Hyatt.
Hyatt's been to bat 20 times this year. He has 4 hits.
And remember, he struck out 179 times at Toledo while pounding out 42 home runs.
Roger Clemens has racked up 18 strikeouts. 2 on, 1 down. Strike on the pinch hitter Hyatt.
That's one of the few sliders that Clemens has thrown tonight. Perfect location once again.
Davis is at second, Nevin at first. There's another strike delivered to the pinch hitter.
Well, I think that was one of the few pitches that Clemens has gotten from the umpire tonight. That looked a little bit low and outside. But believe me, he has not gotten many of them. He has earned what he has gotten tonight.
It's a wide one, 1-2 on Phil Hyatt. Boston leading 4-0. Roger Clemens with a brilliant performance. That's the 19th strikeout for Roger Clemens.
Tell you, there's some Boston fans, but I think most of the fans here tonight are paying tribute to an outstanding performance by a long-time great pitcher in the major leagues.
One short of the record. Bobby Higginson at the plate. He's bounced to second and struck out twice, and there's a strike to Bobby. 2 on, 2 out.
Ernie, you know, I sound like a broken record, but he's had such great stuff tonight, but he continues to paint those corners.
That one's in close. 1-1 on Higginson. This is the 8th inning with 2 on and 2 out. Roger Clemens with 19 strikeouts. One short of his own major league record of 20. Strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Two on, 2 out in the Tiger 8th. Fouled away.
I tell you, everybody's on pins and needles every pitch. In fact, a lot of the fans are standing as they think maybe they will see baseball history made here tonight.
In the dirt. 2-2 the count. Boston 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error. Tigers no runs, 3 hits, 1 error. 2 on, 2 out. Bobby Higginson at the bat. 2-2 pitch from Clemens. It's a full count.
Well, a lot of the fans thought this was a strike, but you'll see it's low and inside.
Ground ball to second. Fry over to Vaughn. That retires a side. We go to the 9th inning. Boston 4, Detroit nothing.
Roger Clemens and Boston lead the Tigers 4-0. Now a reminder that Tiger Baseball on Passports is brought to you by the Learning Channel. Adventures for the Mind, the Learning Channel. Defensive changes for the Tigers. Phil Hyatt, who came on to pinch hit for Kamara Barti, takes over in left field. Hyatt now playing left field. Bobby Higginson moves from left to center field. So Higginson now in center field.
9th inning, the Red Sox coming to bat. They lead it 4-0. We'll have to wait till the last half the ninth for the climax of this one. Garcia Parra will lead it off for the Bostons in the 9th inning. He's walked twice. He's 0 for 2. Sager on the mound and delivers a ball low.
Ernie, I just heard a report from the Tigers PR director Tyler Barnes that these 19 strikeouts tonight are the most by a major league pitcher since October 6th of 1991 when David Cohn did it.
Little grounder to Fryman. He got him. Good play by the Tigers shortstop. Now it'll be Mo Vaughn at bat in the 9th inning with 1 out.
Well, watch Phil Nevin goes over, can't get it. Travis with a good quick throw to first base and gets Garcia Parra. And they put the big Mo shift on.
Mo's had a single. He got it his last time at bat, a single in the 4 trips. He bounced out the other 3 times. Fly ball hit the left. That's Hyatt, the new left fielder, to put it away. And there are 2 down as we set the stage for the last half the ninth. Jose Canseco will be the batter. Looking toward that 9th inning, the Tigers' scheduled hitters against Clemens as he tries for the strikeout record will be Trammell, Sierra, and Clark, the first 3. And then the Fryman after that. 2 down in the 9th. Strike. Mr. McClellan said so. 4-0 Boston leads, ninth inning. 2 strikes on Jose. Justin Thompson started. Nikowski and Sager have followed him to the mound. Nikowski in the 5th inning, Sager in the 7th.
Well, Jose not happy with himself. You see how he pulled off the ball? He had no chance to hit that, pulling off the ball like he did.
1-2 the count on Canseco. Two on Jose.
I'll tell you, Ernie, I'm not taking anything away from any other pitchers, but when you watch Clemens throw tonight, then you watch another pitcher throw, it's like night and day, isn't it?
Sure is. A little chopper that will roll foul over toward third, keeping the count 2-2 on Canseco here in the 9th inning. Struck him out, and they go 1-2-3 in the Boston 9th. Don't go away, folks. Roger Clemens in the 9th inning has a chance to set the major league record in strikeouts. And at the end of 8.5, Boston 4, Detroit nothing.
Nice round of applause. Makes his way to the pitcher's mound. Don't forget, Big Ten football coming your way Saturday night at 10:30. It's Louisville against the Michigan State Spartans. So that's Big Ten football here on Pass Sports Saturday at 10:30. What a night for Roger Clemens. We have used so many superlatives tonight, and we may be even underestimating those that we said, Ernie, because he has just been spectacular. You can't help but admire the way he has pitched tonight, the explosiveness of all his pitches, mainly his fastball and his split finger. I don't think he's thrown more than 4 or 5 breaking balls, but the location has just been overpowering, especially when he's needed it.
Roger has fanned every Tiger in the batting order, including the pinch hitter Hyatt, who came into bat in the 8th inning and became the 19th strikeout victim. He has 3 outs to go, and as the old song used to say, 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Ain't bad.
If he gets 2 out of 3, he'll have a new record.
Well, you see, 8 innings, 5 ground outs, 19 strikeouts. How about that? No fly outs from Roger Clemens tonight.
Now, Roger has had at least 2 strikeouts in each of the first 8 innings, and he had 3 strikeouts in the 2nd, the 5th, and the 6th innings. Alan Trammell will be the first man to face him.
And only 1 ball in this ball game hit by the Tigers. That was hit hard. That by Phil Nevin. Line drive back through the middle.
Trammell had a single in the 1st. He bounced to 2nd in the 4th. He took a call 3rd strike in the 6th inning. And here we go in the last half of the 9th. He pops it up into the infield. Here comes Mo Vaughn, and he makes the catch for the out.
Well, Tram got a few boos off that pop-up, Ernie. Everybody rooting for those strikeouts.
And Roger Clemens' strikeout total is still 19. He'll have to get the next 2 to set the record. Ruben Sierra is struck out in the 1st swinging. Took a call 3rd strike in the 4th. He bounced to 2nd in the 7th. 4-0 the Red Sox in the lead, 1 down in the 9th inning. Ground ball up the middle, and it will be through for a base hit by Sierra. A man on and a man out for Tony Clark. That's the 4th Tiger hit. They've all been singles. The 3 strikeouts for Tony Clark. 1 was a call 3rd strike. 1 on, 1 out. Strike one. One more strikeout. Clemens ties the record. Fouled away. 2 strikes on Tony Clark.
Boy, 2 quick strikes. He has fed Tony a lot of fastballs tonight. And he's had success above the belt.
One ball, 2 strikes.
Tell you what, Tony showed a pretty good eye on that pitch, Ernie. That ball did not miss by very much, but he nonchalantly took it. I guess it was outside a little bit, but pretty close.
That one was 99 miles per. Little chop foul. He keeps himself alive. 1-2 on Tony Clark. "19 strikeouts for Roger Clemens, looking for number 20. "2-2.
Well, I tell you what, he is still throwing as hard as he did earlier in the ball game. Been throwing in the 90s the whole ball game. 98, 99 miles an hour. Oh, baby, Ernie, this is as fast as we've seen all year, without a doubt. Maybe in some years.
He got a piece of it. Fly ball, left field. On the run, Bragg. He makes the catch, and Clark is out.
Well, looks like the record is safe, but he still has a chance to tie his own record of 20 strikeouts.
It will not be broken. We know that, but he has racked up 19. That's a lot of Ks.
Oh, baby.
He's cornered the K mark today. Here's Fryman. He struck out 3 times. First inning in which Clemens will not have 2 strikeouts. Ball 1 on Travis Fryman.
When you look at his last 12 games, July 11th against the Tigers, as we said, he struck out 10. August 22nd against Oakland, he struck out 11.
Boston in the lead, 4-0. The Tigers have 2 out and 1 on in the 9th inning. Ball 1 the count on Travis Fryman. And that one gets by Hasselman and goes to the screen. A wild pitch. Sierra takes second. The count. He has not walked a man, Roger Clemens. But he's behind on Fryman now. There's a strike. Travis Fryman.
Tell you what, Ernie, he has been something special tonight. Roger Clemens.
1 strike away from tying his own major league record in strikeouts. 2-2 pitch.
Tiger fans showing their appreciation of quite a feat here at Tiger Stadium.
He got him. He ties his own record 10 years later from April 1986. On September 1996, Roger Clemens does it again.
Well, you saw baseball history. Roger Clemens tonight, milestones: 100th career complete game, 38th career shutout, ties Cy Young as the Sox all-time leader, 192nd career win, ties Cy Young as the Sox all-time leader, 20 strikeout, ties his own major league record. Special, very special Roger Clemens.
We'll be back.
Can say is wow. 4 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for Boston. Detroit 0-4-1. Roger Clemens runs his record to 10-12. Justin Thompson takes a loss. He is now 1-6. And the play of the game is brought to you by Ford. Think Ford first. Right now, get as low as 2.9% financing or cash back, up to $2,000 on selected vehicles at your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. And here it is, strikeout number 20, Travis Fryman. Split finger fastball that ties his major league record of 20 strikeouts. Watch Travis Fryman's reaction as he is number 20 on the list here tonight. And there you're going to see Roger's reaction. The veteran really put on a performance here tonight at Tiger Stadium.
3 strikeouts, 3 innings, 2 hits, 1 runner.
And Ernie, as you know, I use colored pencils, orange for strikeouts, and there you can see them. They show up rather well tonight.
Everything is okay, I'd say.
What a performance, partner.
It was a great performance, and we were lucky to be sitting in on this. I'm sorry we didn't have a bigger crowd for it, but the crowd that was here, over 8,000, they really got into it. They enjoyed it a great deal, and it's just a magnificent thing to see a pitcher with that kind of ability and to rise to the occasion the way that Roger Clemens did.
He really did. You have to give a little credit to Hasselman, the catcher. There you see Roger Clemens being interviewed by Boston Television. You can see he's very emotional after the performance here tonight. But it is so great to see baseball history as he ties the major league mark for strikeouts.
And one of the amazing things, Jim, is that he did it 10 years apart. He did it in 86, and he does it again in 96. And I think our hats off have to be to Roger Clemens. He sort of overshadowed the entire ball game and the result that saw the Tigers go down in defeat. But a salute to Roger. There's no question about that.
Yeah, there's no doubt about it. One of the great pitchers over the last 10, 12 years out of the University of Texas, came on and just has done a great job all throughout his career. And to think, and Ernie, you mentioned it, he set the record 10 years ago. Here he did it 10 years later, tying that record as we take another look at the live shot of Roger being interviewed by Boston Television. But it's great to see that emotion by the veteran Roger Clemens.
And to put a little exclamation point on it, he does it in the thick of the pennant race, too.
That's right.
It wasn't just a little game that didn't make any difference. They're fighting to stay in the pennant race.